This is Erja. Welcome. You are at urgetolive.com. So I have been spending hours all day. It's like 6:30 or something, and I think I started in the morning. So let's just say I started before 12 o'clock, and I've been working all this time teaching myself how to make a video. I'm exhausted. My brain is tired. So it was really a lot of work. So I'm resorting back to what I knew before I even started this day. So I am bringing up a topic today. You're a phony. That's the topic, right? So don't be offended. We all are phonies in one regard or another. You know, in any aspect of your life, you could be showing up as a phony. And so myself personally, I am a home organizing coach, and I love creating spaces that people love, and everybody has a different, configuration, right? So I love helping them. And so for myself, I've just noticed that my place is not up to snuff. And it's like, what the heck? Like, that is your phony, So granted, you're going to have a place that is lived in, and that is fine. So this week I've been working on a marketing campaign, and so I have like stuff all over the place. My sofa turned into a desk. My younger teenager is not here. She's hanging out with her dad and his family for the week. So, when the cat's away, the mice will play, right? So I have a mess all over the place. And then just throughout the week, I've been noticing how, dirty my place is. So the bathroom, the kitchen, there's just like layers of stuff. And so I'm taking this day to clean up. And then I also noticed that my computer is like full of crap and clutter. It is so slow. I mean, I feel like I have dial-up. So I don't know if it's my internet speed or if it's like, whatever crapola I have on my computer that's making it slow down. So these are like just things that we don't address. I have the basic foundations, of what I need in my home, and it's sane and normal, and there are systems. However, sometimes we do get out of control. And we just kind of, let things go on and on and on. So I'm going to start talking about, variations of you're a phony. And, you might look good, but then you go out in the street, it's like, oh, that's who, people think you are. You're so beautiful, well put together, and then you come back home and your place looks like shit. Like your closet is like, vomiting on itself, and you have stuff all over the place. You have no system, you have no integrity within yourself. And so, I mean, I might sound like I'm talking to women right there for a moment, but, guys, having your stuff all over the floor and just like not caring, it just doesn't work. And so I want to raise the consciousness level and like create a movement basically on how people live and what's normal. And so that will come up, throughout my conversations in the future. And, for today, I am, teaching myself how to create videos. I was using Manifesto. Oh God, I forgot. It's been so long with it. And YouTube Video Manager. Been, trying to figure stuff out. Hey, we all have different capacities. Mine is, my gifts and talents, so to speak, are based on my creatively designing spaces, like working with what you have. And if you're just joining, my name's Erja. Gosh, I said I was going to keep this short. I so forgot. So let me get cracking. urgetolive.com. Glassware. Platter's all cleaned up. Okay. Now you can cook in this kitchen. It was pretty grimy. I scrubbed everything, the tops of everything, all those dishes up there, top of the fridge, everything got scrubbed. And I want to express my appreciation today to my kitchen. So now when I come back in here, I can eat healthily because all my stuff is clean and ready to go. So that was a lot of work. So I am sweaty and quite shiny right now. So there's a few things that I still have to go back and do, and I'm committing to doing most of these things by Sunday, right? So today's Thursday. So the inside and outside of the fridge is not up to par, so that will get done, and my curtain needs to be replaced or sewn, like such that it has a hem. So these are just, things that we just let slip and go, on and on and on. My cabinets, they're really dark and old, and I would much prefer to see them stripped. So at some point, I will have a DIY project so you can see that. And some ideas came to mind while I was cleaning. It seems like it's a mindless task considering all the tutoring I was giving myself on the computer today. And, one, I noticed that I had a lot of resentment. And so these are all, different ways that you can show up as a phony. Like everything's okay, I got it managed. Oh, that doesn't bother me, So this apartment is small compared to what I want to have. And so I do have some resentment about that. Being somebody who's newly divorced and recreating my life, in a different way, it's like certain things I got to figure out. And, certainly earning enough money to have the kinds of things that I want is something that I'm learning to do. So a lot of other stuff I know how to do, but that is just one of them that's been a deficit. So I have shared about that on Facebook. If you have followed me there, some of you know my story. And so with that, I do have, a certain amount of resentment. And so this apartment being small is one of them. And today, since it's, Thanksgiving, an opportunity to give thanks and potentially spend with family if that's what you're going to do, I chose to honor myself and appreciate my space and take care of it. So I cleaned the heck out of this kitchen. And some things are old. There's just nothing you can do about that. So you scrub the heck out of them, and if that's all that you have, you appreciate what you have until you can get something else or do better, as they say. And I noticed also that I've been talking about my little girl a lot. For some of you again that know my story, and so there is a little kid. So if men are watching this, right? You have a little boy, there's a little girl, and they run the show, and they tell you what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. So if I don't want to clean up this kitchen, I don't want to clean, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do responsible stuff, you can't make me, and all that kind of stuff. That is your little kid running the show. So I had already planned a couple days ago that this is how I was going to spend my Thursday, my Thanksgiving. I was going to clean up my space because that makes me feel good about myself, has me feel responsible and respected. And, that I am walking the talk. Is that how you say it? Walking the talk. And what else? That's kind of, what came up for me while I was cleaning. So, one to think about. Let's see what else I can get into. All right, so we're going to look at standards and what we consider to be normal. And my aim is that we start looking at ourselves in a new way and creating new normals, like not just settling, oh, this is how I normally do it, I've always done it, but to move into a different way of being where we keep our word to ourselves, we make a word in the first place, commit to something, and stick to it so that we can make shifts and not just settling for the same old. So I'm not interested in being normal, and I really want us to, as community, step up our game. And let's see what that looks like. For instance, when I look at my living room right now, which I will show you, it is not my normal, and I don't want it to stay this way. So basically I was working on a marketing campaign, and so stuff is all over the place. Now when you're working, give yourself permission to make a mess. However, when you're done, be done, definitively done, or and look at what structures you can put in place so that your place doesn't accumulate a certain level of chaos. Definitely has me feel stressed with having stuff all over the place. So I'll just kind of show you that now. So if you could see, sorry for the glare, that this was the office before, and so I turned it into living room. And what it looks like right now is this, major hub. And because my daughter's not around, I kind of, have it like looking kind of crazy. But it's now driving me crazy because I have a standard. Like, you don't have shit on the couch. Like, get that stuff off. Put back stuff that you're working on. Don't have stuff on the floor. Like, things have their home, And let's just kind of get rid of all that stuff and see what else is going on. So getting situated, sorted, newspapers and magazines. I get to keep my home magazines. Everything else is going. I did notice this article, the rich list. So I will keep that one New York Observer. I haven't really read them all year, like maybe 2, like not even all the way. So that is just going bye-bye. And started putting, papers inside of a file, right, for marketing, and got a little kind of accordion folder there to capture that. So let's wrap it up. Gallery wall gets consolidated and stackable ottomans get hidden. There's 3 of them in there. Okay, let's add a funny cover. It makes me laugh. And my whiteboard, because I know I'm going to use that today. Keep in mind, Google Calendar is great for getting rid of all the little pieces of paper. You can add, what you're going to do to your calendar. So if you can't do it now, you just put it on the calendar, set a date. I even have one section that's my follow-up time. My follow-up tab, so to speak, and so within there you can put a description of all the different things that you're going to follow up on, just to keep track of them, because I like stickies, so it's a great way to get rid of my stickies. So this box has been here for months. I don't even know what's in it, and I have these doors that I want to cover with the fabric, so I've been meaning to do that. That's been a couple months too, just so you can, have a little storage, but cover it up. Hide it. Hide it. Alright, altar section's tidy for now. I need to get some kind of adhesive to cover the door. So I put that on my calendar, and I see I have some pants to exchange of my daughter's and swimsuit that's got to go back. And if you can see the wall did not get taped, so that's my daughter's space on the other side there. The wall did not get taped and plastered and painted once I put it up, so I'm going to put on my calendar that I need to have that happen. So I'm going to put on the calendar that I'm going to ask for help and come up with a plan, because it's a messy job. Because once you plaster, you have to sand, so it's a little messy, and I don't want dust all over my house, so it takes a little planning. So I'm going to put that on the calendar. Okay, there you have it. Basic level tidy. And I do have structures in place. This is actually a built-in bookshelf. All the apartments have them. And this is for magazines that I'm reading. Paper files, and some more paper files that I'm working on, and then this one's for CDs. So you come up with your own structure to keep things tidy and in place and easy to find. Very, very useful. Now I'm all set for company, or chilling, or working. So there you have it. I have exposed my phony and given you a sneak peek into my world, everyday living. And I took care of quite a bit of things, so it may seem basic, and that's great. So if that's basic for you, now you can step up your game, or if you just navigated all your basics, you can now step up your game. And you can create, new habits for yourself, new systems, and new designs now that you've come this far, right? And I want to note a couple of things that came up during this process, and I noticed how there are other ways that, I neglect myself. And, it's good to notice these things and start thinking about what you're going to do about them. So some areas where I have not been in action is my car. So my car is a mess. Doesn't have crap in it, but it needs a bath, it needs a couple of repairs that are not safe. I know my engine light has been on for a couple of weeks, so that is something that I'm gonna have a look at this weekend, because that is definitely not safe, and I want to be safe, and I choose not to neglect myself anymore. So that I'm gonna tackle and come up with a plan. And the other is body image. And so along the way, I guess you'll be on the journey with me as I conquer the body image story. And, I really want you to take away that organizing your stuff is essentially organizing your life. And so as I go through this process, I'm thinking of other things, other areas of my life that can be managed better, that aren't functioning effectively. And, organizing is just across the board. So I am spreading out that muscle, right? Spreading out my thoughts to other areas of my life, building the muscle. And let's see, what I want you to keep in mind. Expose your phony, right? Tell the truth to yourself. And, go on and do what you need to do. Keep your word to yourself and make a word. Commit to something, and you will make progress. So with that, I will say, if you have any questions at all and would like to create a home visit, you can find me, Erja, at urgetolive.com. That's ERJTOLIVE, urgetolive.com. And I would be more than happy to support you. So, ciao for now.